Welcome to my recap for my games from the Cudgel Cup. So this was a VGC league I did. It was Regulation F, which means Paradox Pokemon are allowed, Legendary Pokemon are allowed, but not restricted Pokemon. So no like Miraidon or Groudon or Mewtwo or anything like that. So since it's VGC, it's best of 3. Instead of a single game, it's a best of 3 set. And it'll be double battles. So I played these games over a month ago. So we'll see how much I remember about them. And we do have guest commentator. Let's see if she says anything. Our cat James is here. You want to say hi, James? Oh, she's just laying on the side in the sun. So fun fact, since the last time I recorded, we took our cat to the vet and found out she's a girl. But we're not sure she knows her name, so we're not going to change it, so she's still James. And also, all of my Pokemon for this league are named after James. I don't think she cares. Alright, so first I picked Iron Hands. Because he has Fake Out, and he's really bulky. And I'm under the impression he's good in VGC. I don't have almost no experience with VGC, so it'll probably show through. But here's Whimsicott, my second Pokemon. I wanted Prankster on someone, and Whimsicott has Prankster Tailwind, which is really good. Because it'll double the speed of both Pokemon on my side of the field. We've got Spectrier. I got flamed for picking this so early, round 3. But what they don't know is that this is one of my fiance's favorite Pokemon. So, and she thought I should have picked it round 1. So really, I picked it too late. I picked Spectrier because my fiance likes her. Also, I forgot the names. We've got Jimothy, Jim, and Etta so far. Here's Jimbo, Volcarona. I've seen someone use Volcarona in VGC, and also I just like it. It's got, I think it does have Tailwind. It does have Tailwind. And it also has Rage Powder, which isn't a move you see in singles, but it redirects your opponent's attacks, which is very helpful if you want to keep your partner Pokemon safe. And it's very good with Flame Body. We've got James here, Terrakion. Terrakion's pretty good in doubles, because some Pokemon like Sneasel and Whimsicott learn Beat Up, which is a pretty weak attack, but it hits multiple times. And Terrakion's ability, Justified, if it gets hit by a Dark-type move like Beat Up, its attack raises. So if you use Beat Up with Whimsicott, it's really weak, but it hits 4 times, so you get +4 attack, and you get really strong. So with close combat, or especially a spread move like Rock Slide, you can do a lot of damage really quickly. We've got Sneasel, who is super cheap, only like 4 points I think. It's very good with Fake Out. There's another really good move it has. I might be thinking of Taunt. Yeah, Taunt's really good. Snarl's pretty good. Triple Axle's not bad. It also has the ability Inner Focus, so it can't flinch. Fake Out's good because you can flinch your opponent, and then they can't move that turn. And then Sneasel can't be flinched itself. And that was Jimmy. We've got J-Dog, Toxtricity. I think at this point I wanted a fairy resist. I think that was my main priority. And also a flying resist. So that's what Toxtricity brings. He's got some spread moves, which I thought was cool. He's got Overdrive, Boom Burst, Snarl, Sludge Wave. And I wanted to use Terra Normal Boom Burst next to Spectrier. So that's why we have Toxtricity. And last is Altaria, Big Tuna. Spoiler, Altaria did not come to any games. I drafted Altaria for in case I played against Sun. Because one of its abilities is Cloud 9, which I don't know exactly how it works, but it ignores the weather, basically. So if your opponent sets up Sun, Cloud 9 will like cancel it out, and they won't get any of the benefits. The Whimsicott learned Sunny Day, but not Rain Dance. So if I played against Rain, I could use Sunny Day with Whimsicott, and since it has Prankster, it'll go at the start of the turn. But I needed something for a Sunny Day team. And that's what Altaria was. Plus it's Dragon, so it resists fire. But I didn't play any Sun teams, so it didn't come to any games. And that's my 8 Pokemon. So this is my first game against Block, I think. Fluttermane was a Pokemon I was really scared about. I was hoping Toxtricity would be able to help with that, because Fairy, like a Specs Moonblast was very strong into me. And even Shadow Ball, like my only resist is Sneasel. But we do have Terra to try to cover that. And then they have Tornadus for Tailwind, Prankster Tailwind, Indeedee for Psychic Terrain, which they usually pair with Armor Rouge because it gets Expanding Force, which hits both of your opponents and does massive damage in Psychic Terrain. They've got Scraggy, which has Intimidate and Fake Out, and they also have Wooper, which I think is... At one point they needed something. Alright. Oh, I guess I should show the team. Yeah. Alright, so this was versus Block. Alright, so we got Sneasel here. Fake Out, Triple Axle, knock off Icy Wind. Icy Wind's good because it lowers my opponent's speed, and it hits both of them. I think Triple Axle might knock out Fluttermane from full health, but I'm not sure. And since Triple Axle is a multi-hit move, it'll go to a Focus Sash. But Sneasel is Focus Sash, so it can take any one hit. It's pretty frail. Terra Poison, I think, is for... to try to take a Moonblast from Fluttermane. We got Iron Hands, Assault Vest, and Terra Steel to try to take some hits from Fluttermane. Terra Steel also resists Psychic if Indeedee or Armor Rouge is trying to use Psychic moves or Expanding Force. We've got Fake Out and Close Combat Wild Charge Ice Punch. We've got Whimsicott, Taunt, Encore, Tailwind, Beat Up for Terrakion, Tailwind, so I'm faster than them, or to at least match their Tailwind. One thing about Psychic Terrain is it prevents priority moves, which includes Prankster. So I can't really use Taunt or Encore on them if Psychic Terrain is up, but Tailwind will still work because I'm not targeting a specific Pokemon. And I've got Eject button, so my idea is to use Tailwind, take a hit, and then swap out to something else. We've got Spectrier. The Seed Berry is the Ghost Resist Berry, so I can take a Shadow Ball from Fluttermane. What was Nightshade for? Shadow Ball. Nasty Plot. I think I had a fun idea with Nightshade, but it didn't end up working. I don't know why I did Nightshade over Dark Pulse. Oh, I think it was to not trigger Weak Armor, but I forgot how Weak Armor worked, because Dark Pulse wouldn't trigger it anyway. But anyway, we've got Protect and Shadow Ball with Spectrier. We've got Brachion, so we can use Beat Up with Whimsicott. Ironhead is for Fluttermane, and then Rock Slide's a spread move in close combat. It's just a strong attack. We have Clear Amulet, so I don't get intimidated by Scraggy. My attack won't lower. And last we have Toxtricity. So we're poisoned to try to take, I think. I can definitely take a resisted hit from Fluttermane. I don't know if I... And then I'm Terra Normal to take a Shadow Ball, hopefully, or use Boom Burst. And then I've got Throat Spray as my item. So if I use a sound move like Snarl, Boom Burst, or Overdrive, I'll get +1 attack. Alright, so here's our first game. They didn't bring Halucha, it looks like, or a Moongus. They do have a Moongus. A Wooper. They didn't bring Wooper. Alright, so let's start. They had Sneasel, Whimsicott. They have Tornadus and Fluttermane. Protect. I taunted Tornadus, yeah, so I couldn't use Tailwind. And I wanted to knock out Fluttermane before it could do anything. Yeah, so Encore didn't work because of the Psychic Terrain. And then Triple Axle missed. But we do get to bring in Spectrier. And knocks off our berry. But we bring in Whimsicott when he uses Tailwind. I think I forgot that Nightshade doesn't hit normal types. So it was just a mistake on my part. And then I used Tailwind to match his Tailwind. So now we're both double speed. And then with Follow Me, Shadow Ball goes into the normal type and doesn't do anything. But do have Icy Wind to slow down my opponent. And yeah, Tornadus dodges another attack. So it's just Terrakion now. I think Terrifier. Alright, that was to resist Fairy, I guess, and then I don't know if he has Will-O-Wisp, but I wouldn't be able to get burned with them fire. But we do lose the first game. Yeah, and they still have 2 Pokemon left. But now we're on to game 2. Lead the same Pokemon, but he leads Scraggy this time instead of Tornadus. I think I Triple Axle again, but we'll see, I guess. Get Tailwind up this time. Yeah. Because after Tailwind, because Tailwind works the turn you use it. Like since Whimsicott is Prankster, it goes first, and then its partner Pokemon gets the double speed. So Sneasel was faster than Fluttermane there. And here I regret not having an attacking move on Whimsicott, except use Beat Up into Indeedee, which doesn't do any damage. I guess Double Protect here to try to stall out Tailwind. Yeah, Triple Axle does knock out Fluttermane from full. So Tailwind's over, and he's got Armor Rouge and Psychic Terrain. Switches out Rock Blast. Huh. That wasn't the team I was looking at, was it? Oh yeah, I missed that. Alright, Rock Blast was to get around Focus Sash. Yeah, or a weak Armor Rouge. The first one? Yeah, the first one was a crit. So with weak armor, every time he gets hit by a physical move, his speed increases, but his defense decreases. So each hit does more damage. So there we go. We win game 2, and we're on to game 3 for the tiebreaker. And we lead Whimsicott Spectrier. A little different. No Sneasel this time. But Sneasel comes out anyway. I think we probably just Tailwind, yeah. But they also Tailwind, so the speed's the same. I'm sure I tried to hit Tornadus there, but Follow Me made it go into Indeedee. Terra Iron Hands here, so we resist flying moves. And we knock out Indeedee. We knock out Tornadus too. Okay, Tailwinds are done. I don't think I really thought about Armor Rouge having a fire move, which is silly on my part because he has part fire type. Yeah. So we get a special attack drop on Spectrier, which is unfortunate. Oh, we also get a lucky miss or a dodge on Heatwave. And then we only get 1 hit on Triple Axle out of 3. Yeah, we saw earlier, with all 3 hits connected, it would knock out Fluttermane. So the ending of that was kind of messy. If I didn't get a special attack drop from that Moonblast, Spectrier would have killed there. If Sneasel got an extra Triple Axle hit, it would have knocked out Fluttermane. But it was also only in that position because of that Heatwave miss. So he probably should have won, but that was 2 pieces of bad luck. And we do lose a series. Oh, I meant to change the dimensions for the replay, but I should be fine. Alright, so that was Series 1. It was 3 games, and we lost. So here's my next opponent. I think this is Master Baguette. So our team's a lot faster than his team. But he does have a good Trick Room Pokemon in Farigiraf. And then if Trick Room's up, all of his slow Pokemon will be faster than mine. But I do have Iron Hands, who's slower than his entire team and is very good in Trick Room. So Farigiraf's ability is Armor Tail, I think it's called, and it prevents priority moves. So this is the second game in a row where priority Prankster is not too good. But here's our team. We have, I think, almost the same team, just Volcarona instead of Toxtricity. So we've got a Focus Sash Sneasel again, Helping Hand to boost our partner's attack, Terrakion again, similar set. Swords Dance instead of Rock Blast, I guess. I wasn't too worried about I guess Rock Blast really was for the weak armor. And then we've got Quick Guard, which is a move that protects both Pokemon on my side of the field from priority moves from my opponent. I think I was looking... Oh, Grassy Glide Rillaboom is the main thing I was trying to block. We've got Whimsicott with a Covert Cloak, so secondary effects don't work on it, such as flinches from Fake Out. And Chlorophyll instead of Prankster. So that's to get around Armor Tail, and well, that's probably the main thing, but I can also use Encore on Incineroar now, on the Dark types, because normally Dark types are immune to Prankster, which is something I always forget about. Beat Up again for Terrakion. We've got another Spectrier. I did bring Dark Pulse this time, and we're Expert Belt for more damage. We've got Iron Hands, very similar set, just Heavy Slam and Drain Punch instead of Wild Charge and Ice Punch. And last we've got Volcarona. Got Rage Powder, Fiery Dance, Struggle Bug, and Protect. I don't really know Struggle Bug because it's not good in singles, but in doubles it hits both opponents, and it lowers their special attack, I think? Yeah, it always lowers both of their special attack, so it's pretty good. Alright, let's get into the game. That's over. Alright, here we go. They didn't bring... Who'd they not bring? Mischievous and Ampharos. But they didn't bring Magby, which I think gets... I know Magmar is good in VGC. I think Magby gets Fake Out and probably Follow Me. But he leads with Rillaboom, Farigiraf. So Rillaboom gets up grassy terrain, and Farigiraf is probably just trying to set up a Trick Room. Or at least that's what I assumed, and it is not. I think I EV'd Knockoff plus Dark Pulse to always kill Farigiraf. Maybe even with a Culver Berry. But he protected, so it stays alive. He protects Spectrier, so Grassy Glide can't knock it out. We switch out on the Grassy Glide, and we get a Triple Axle, does a lot to Rillaboom. Oh, knocks it out. Yeah, Triple Axle is good on Sneasel, huh? Unlucky Burn, we would have survived with our Focus Sash. Never mind, we survive anyway because of grassy terrain. You see, Farigiraf was a Throat Spray. Yeah, so if it had that after Hyper Voice, its special attack would have increased. What do we have left? Terrakion and Spectrier. We do manage to knock out Incineroar, but Farigiraf knocks us out with a Psychic, and we can't really take out Ursaluna with Spectrier, so it takes us out, and we lose game 1. Alright, so here's game 2. So I guess I'm trying to lead with Beat Up this time. I do have Covert Cloak, so Fake Out doesn't flinch me. And we get a Beat Up and a lot of attack raises on Terrakion. And we probably just go for a Rock Slide, yeah. We do survive, so I think I use Quick Guard here. So Grassy Glide won't hurt me. Yeah, to protect against Grassy Glide. And he does use Trick Room, so now the slow Pokemon are faster. I think this is the turn where I use Rage Powder on Volcarona, forgetting that Grass Pokemon ignore Rage Powder. Yeah, so I was hoping to redirect that attack away from Terrakion, and I just completely forgot that Grass types ignore Rage Powder. So, with Struggle Bug we do knock out Frigoraph at least, and we take both of them out this turn. But now he's got Incineroar and Ursaluna and Trick Room. And he knocks out both of my guys this turn. Yeah, we do have Terra Flying Iron Hands to avoid the Earth Power from Ursaluna. But he's Terra Poison to resist our fighting move. And Incineroar keeps throwing our attack with Parting Shot, so there's not much we can do at this point. We do manage to knock out Incineroar, but I think he knocks me out with Blood Moon this turn. Yeah. So we lose that series in 2 games. And I'm pretty sure at this point I was out. This was pool, so it was 3 games, 3 sets. And after these 2 games, I think no matter what happened in my 3rd game, I was out of the playoffs. But we do have 1 more series left. We are going to play it. We play against Laxus. So I'm so behind on this that the finals of this tournament, I guess, was 2 days ago, and Laxus was in the finals. So this is his team. He's got another Ursaluna, physical, regular Ursaluna this time, and Cresselia, and Grimmsnarl for screens. And he also has Alcremie, which has an ability that I don't remember what it does. Was it Sweet Veil, Aroma Veil? I think one of them prevents sleep, but the other one prevents like taunt and encore for you and your teammate. So again, Whimsicott is looking not the best with Prankster Encore. So I ended up playing most of these games on my phone. I think all 3 sets on my phone instead of on my computer like I usually do. So I just had to import these teams from the PokePaste. So that's a fun fact. Alright, so for our last team, we have the same 6 as the first game. Toxtricity seems about the same. A bunch of spread moves with Throat Spray to boost its special attack. Got Spectrier again. Nasty Plot, Shadow Ball, Protect again. Draining Kiss this time. Another Cassie Berry for ghost moves. I've got Iron Hands. Why did I have Iron Ball? I think... yeah, because Ursaluna and Iron Hands have the same speed. So I wanted to be faster than Ursaluna without the Iron Ball, but in Trick Room with the Iron Ball, my speed is changing. So it would be slower than Ursaluna with the Iron Ball, and I would outspeed it in Trick Room. And I also wanted Fling, which is a dark move, to hit Cresselia. I don't think Fling actually did that much damage to Cresselia, It did maybe like 40. So I don't think this was really good, but it was kind of fun to think about. Another Covert Cloak Whimsicott with Trick Room. I think this Trick Room is to try to reverse my opponent's Trick Room, not because I actually want it for myself. Terrakion again. Taunt. Probably for Cresselia, so it doesn't get Trick Room or use the healing move it has. I think it's called Lunar Blessing. But yeah, Rock Slide Close Combat again. And another Focus Sash Sneasel. Beat up this time for Terrakion. Alright, and let's get to the game. They didn't bring... who did they not bring? No Scraggy and no... Infernape? Yeah. Alright, so here we go. So we do have Fake Out on Iron Hands, which always goes first. Is 4 priority? No, I think that is always. I don't think there's any moves with higher priority, except maybe Helping Hand. Maybe Follow Me? I really don't know. But it has priority, so it doesn't matter that Iron Hands is so slow. So he's got Phantom Force on his Dragapult, which is a 2-turn move. This is another mistake I made. As I clicked Protect, I remembered. I was like, isn't Phantom Force one of those moves that breaks Protect? And before I could click Cancel, the turn went, and yeah, it is. It's one of those moves. We do have the Kasib Berry, so we survive even though it's a critical hit. But even if Protect would have worked, I should have just Shadow Balled and hit Dragapult when it reappeared, I guess. Because with the Kasib Berry, I always survived. And did break the protection, so Ogerpon was able to kill Spectrier. Knockoff on Cresselia, we learn it's Mental Herb, so it can't be taunted. Well, it can, but I have to taunt it twice. But now that the Mental Herb's gone, I can taunt it. But it just attacks. So we get a beat up on Terrakion to raise its stats. But Ogerpon outspeeds us. So maybe I should have Icy Winded, so Terrakion could have been faster. Yeah, Ogerpon's always faster than Terrakion. Alright, so on to game 2. Got Dragon Darts on Dragapult, which is a really unique move. Because its normal effect is it hits both opponents once. But the move is smart enough to know that fairy types are immune to dragon. So if that happens, it hits one Pokemon twice. But we brought Lead Toxtricity because I haven't used it yet and I wanted to use it. We get the Throat Spray boost, but I switch out so I don't get knocked out. Grimmsnarl has both screens up, but we do manage to knock out both Pokemon with Moonblast and Heavy Slam. I think I go Flying to avoid a like a Headlong Rush from Ursaluna. I don't know what Taunt was for. Maybe I didn't want it getting a Swords Dance. but Ogerpon knocks out Iron Hands. So we do manage to Encore Ursaluna into Protect, but Ogerpon knocks out Toxtricity. And we do have Spectrier, but they have a light screen up, so it won't be doing as much damage. And Ogerpon knocks me on one hit anyway. So yeah, at this point, Whimsicott cannot win. Ogerpon's too bulky, and even though I keep locking Ursaluna in, I'm not doing any damage to it. So we lose this set also in 2 games. So we did pretty awful. 1 win, and we lost the other 2 sets in 2 games. Yeah. I'm not experienced with VGC, so it makes sense that I didn't do too well. I think the 2 plays that I'm really unhappy with were forgetting about Rage Powder in that one game with Volcarona against Rillaboom, and forgetting that Phantom Force goes through Protect. But other than that, I got to use Spectrier, so that was a good thing. Yeah, so that's it. Played 3 sets, lost all 3, and then that's it. Thanks for watching.